Bitcoin technical analysis as we do each and every day. Also, BlackRock Ethereum ETF helps the price pass $2,000 as the community sees Bitcoin ETF as a done deal. Also, breaking news just in, the number of addresses holding more than $1,000 worth of Bitcoin has hit a new all-time high. Where my long-term hodlers at makes some noise. And quoting the high priest of Bitcoin, Max Kaiser, Bitcoin is up 100% since this interview with Daniela Cambone 11 months ago. $220,000 is in play. Gold price is the same price. Bitcoin is demonetizing gold. Preach. Also in today's show, Bitcoin ETFs will drive institutional adoption in 2024, according to Galaxy Digital's Mike Novogratz. And quoting Mike Alfred, it was so smart for BlackRock to apply for the Ethereum ETF to distract the crypto bros from the fact the Bitcoin ETF is about to be approved. They needed to reduce the buying pressure on Bitcoin while they finished positioning for the launch. Worked like a charm. Well done, Larry Fink. Also in today's show, Hong Kong getting ready to capitalize on crypto's next bull run. I'll be breaking down this report, as well as Bitcoin soaring by over 85% before the end of this year. Not unthinkable, according to a crypto analyst who predicted the Bitcoin 2021 top. Also in today's show, Bitcoin to reach $175,000 per coin, according to a top analyst. I'll be sharing his timeline. We'll also be discussing a Bitcoin ETF 100x opportunity ahead. Quoting Michael Saylor, Bitcoin is an asset class, and that's a major revolution. If Fidelity and BlackRock and if 10 other ETF issuers all agree the Bitcoin is an asset class, it should be a 10x to 100x bigger than it is right now. We'll also be taking a look at the overall crypto market. All this, plus so much more, in today's show. And welcome everyone in that live chat. What it do, my crypto fam? Stephen Farrell in the building. JV, what it do? Good to see you guys. Always a pleasure each and every day. Let me refresh the chat, as for some reason it doesn't seem to be updating, so just give me a second to fix that. Let me know where you're tuning in from, as this is first and foremost a live and interactive show, which we do 7 days a week, 365 days out of the year. Let's see if this fixes the stagnant chat. Give me 1 second, fam. Repop this baby out. And also there is a live poll in the chat as well, which you'll notice, so make sure to participate in that as well. I greatly appreciate the interaction. Much love. Shout out to $0 G-Row. I appreciate the super chat each and every day without fail. You're truly the man, fam. And yeah, let's see if this chat fixes itself here. 1 second. Which is kind of odd. There we go. Is it fixed? Not yet. Let's see and play with this here. I think I had to switch it to something else and then switch it back. Unfortunately, sometimes it be glitchy like that. You know, when you do a live stream, there's glitches galore. So let's see if this fixes the problem. So we don't have to deal with it later in the show. Let's see. Bada boom, bada bing. That should do it. Let's see. Did we fix it? Or is it still stagnant? Let's see. JV, you anywhere near the Escabon Beach Club? Not to my knowledge, because I'm not familiar with that particular beach club, so I doubt it. Come on, YouTube chat. Where you at, dog? I don't know why it's being stagnant, but all good. We're going to get the chat fixed, and then we'll continue on with the show. You know what I mean? We have an excellent connection. Well, that's a good sign. We just need the chat to freaking update. Let's see. Do I got to refresh it here? Where do we got to refresh this mofo to get this working? Just a few moments, fam. Let's see if I refresh it here. Does that fix it? Let's see. Let's... Will Stopson versus Guru, welcome. I could always read comments on my phone, but I want to fix it on screen. So I'm not giving up yet. Let's see here. Pop out this chat again and see if this will fix it. Might have to just get a new chat link. Just give me a second. See if this fixes it. Bada boom, bada bang. Welcome everyone just joining us. You can see Bitcoin is doing a little pumpage, which is nice. We hit 37.3, looking to retest 38,000, which is the current resistance. Hopefully we can break above it. You know how we do. Does that fix it? Let's see. I think we fixed it. There we go. Thanks for having patience, fam. You guys are amazing. I think we're good to go now. Should be good. Okay, we got the chat working. Much love, much respect. Thanks for the patience. Shout out to Bitcoin Maximus. Shout out to all my fam in the UK and from all over the world. We have a international show, clearly, as people are tuned in from all over. Shout out to Chris D. I appreciate you, fam. Fairground, Fun Fairs UK, what it do? Bitcoin Maximus, $0 G Row. We got Digital Dankness. We got Streamlabs. We got all of our moderators doing a fantastic job. Appreciate you. Crypto Santa. Early Christmas presents inbound. Send that mofo. Pump it up. You already know Crypto Surge. What it do, fam? Robbie Kaiser in the building. What up, War Player? Sometimes making the graphics a little bit transparent helps. Thanks for the feedback. Always a pleasure. Much love, much respect. What happened to the earlier massive spike? We were pumping. I hit the live button and we dropped, what, $150? That's nothing. I think we're going to continue pumping throughout today's live. We shall see. You got to pump it up. You already know Rave Elevator, so pump it up. Buy some Bitcoin and let's get this mofo started. What up, Brother T? Appreciate you tuning in. Yeah, so let's get this show on the road. Sherry Young in the building. Good to see ya. A lot of familiar faces. Palm Coast, Florida in the building. Puerto Rico right here. Pump it up, sir. You already know. There's too many of you to say hello to individually. So what up, legends? That's a beautiful problem to have, isn't it? The sound is solid. Hopefully the visual is solid. You can see Nipsey napping in the background. He's the official mascot of Crypto News Alerts. Best positive channel. Thank you, Jay Bella. Means a lot to me. No BitConnect. Bango, what up, dude? 926, what it do? Appreciate you tuning into the live. Anyways, fam, without further ado, if you're new to the channel, please smash that subscribe button for an on-screen shout out from yours truly. And also be sure to hit that like button as it helps out tremendously in the YouTube algorithm. And as you know, we have Veterans Day creeping around the corner tomorrow. So happy early Veterans Day to all the veterans out there. But without further ado, let's kick it off with our market watch as we do each and every day. Let's pull up Coin 360. It should be able to see it on your screen. Please let me know in that chat. But it shows you Bitcoin is up 2.5% for the day. We're trading above $37,200. But surprisingly, Solana is the top gainer, up a whopping 22%, currently trading at $54. We also have Ethereum, which broke 2,000 for the first time in I think 18 months. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I haven't seen the Ethereum price action this lit in a minute. And that was thanks to the BlackRock Ethereum ETF application, which we're going to be discussing in a little bit. And they say when in doubt, zoom out. So let's look at the gainers for the past freaking month. Bitcoin is on fire, up 36%. And year to date, we're up over 100%. I don't know the exact number, but well above 100%. We can see Bitcoin up 36%, Ethereum up 33%. We have XRP up 33%, BNB up 20%, Solana up 144%, and Cardano up roughly 50%. And checking out CoinMarketCap, shout out to CMC. I'm actually going to start being featured here as a top community account. They just recently reached out to me, which I'm excited about. But nonetheless, the Bitcoin market cap is or the crypto market cap is as high as we've seen it in a very long time. Currently at 1.42 trillion, virtually half the all-time high back in November of 2021. We have roughly 74 billion in volume in the past 24 hours. Bitcoin dominance is at 51.5%, and the Ether dominance shot up like a mofo yesterday from like 16.5% to now 17.8%. And yesterday it was temporarily at above 18% on the back of the BlackRock news. And checking out the top 100 crypto gainers of the past 24 hours, we got FTT, the scam token created by Sam Bankman-Fried, surprisingly up 121% for the day and a whopping 267% for the week. Holy moly. That just goes to show you there's so many degens out here in this space looking to get rich on that scam token. Ironic, right? We also have Terra Luna, another scam token, up a whopping 66% on the day and 75% in the week, trading at 77 cents, followed by Terra Classic, interestingly enough, up 36%. Below that, we have Immutable, Solana, and Injective. Now, which altcoins are you currently most bullish on for this bull run? Please let me know in the live chat. I'll read all your comments out loud here shortly. Now, checking out the crypto bubbles, we can see the top gainers for the past day. FTT, clearly the leader. We can check it out for the past week. And then we zoom out. for the past month, and virtually all the top cryptos are pumping and in the green. Nothing, even the scam tokens, aren't in the red. So everything pumps. Pump it up. Now checking out the Crypto Greed and Fear Index, one of my favorite indicators. And a quick shout out to Leslie Thompson. I appreciate the super chat, fam. Much love and much respect. You guys are truly amazing. Appreciate you so much. So let's go. Anyways, the Crypto Greed and Fear Index is currently a 70 in greed. Yesterday a 69, last week a 65, and last month a 47, which is neutral. So there you have it. How many of you are currently bullish here in Moonvember? Please do let me know. Big ups to Jay Connors. Appreciate you tuning into the live. Jaws says, sorry I showed up late. Better late than never. Appreciate you tuning in regardless, fam. Chris is bullish on Chainlink. That's been another top gainer in the market as well. What up, Green Meds? Good to see you as well, fam. Like Solana and Caspa. Word up, Boz. Thank you for sharing and always participating as you do each and every day. Shout out to the UK and all the fam out there. Daniel V says, always appreciate this show. Keep it up, JV. Much love. Will do. Appreciate the feedback as always. Did you really just say FTX? Wow. Yeah. And also, Gary Gensler announced there could be a reboot of the exchange. So it makes you wonder, are the regulators holding some of these scam coins, looking to reboot it to regenerate a fortune? Things that make you go, what are your thoughts? But 95% Bitcoin, that's the way to do it. And again, Leslie, I appreciate the super chat. Hi from Torbados, UK. Word up. Shout out to the UK. It's been quite a few years since I visited. I'm long overdue. I got to make another Europe trip, fam. My motto is better dead than late. I like it. That's a good motto. Baxter, go JV, go Bitcoin. Thank you, Nate. Appreciate you, fam. Caspa and Sol, $0 G-Row is bullish on as well. Well, word up. Thank you for sharing your most bullish altcoins. Now let's dive into today's Bitcoin technical analysis. Check out the charts with Bitcoin price action is likely to go next. And we'll also do a little bit of Ethereum T&A just because Ethereum has also been pumping. So yeah, let's start right here. Bitcoin price analysis. Bitcoin shot up above the ascending channel pattern November 9th, but the higher levels witnessed profit booking as soon as from the long wick on the candlestick, as you can see here in the Bitcoin one-day candle chart. The RSI, as is the relative strength index, has been trading in the overbought territory for the past week, indicating that the bulls have maintained this buying pressure. So if the current rebound sustains, the buyers will try to propel Bitcoin/USDT to 40,000 once again. However, on the contrary, if the Bitcoin price dips back into the channel, it'll indicate that markets have rejected the higher levels. That can pull the price down to the 20-day exponential moving average, currently sitting at $34,240, which is an important level to watch out for. A break below this level will tilt the short-term advantage in favor of the bulls. But now that we touched upon some TA for Bitcoin, next we got to discuss Ethereum, because Ethereum made a major move yesterday with some major news as BlackRock Ethereum ETF helped boost the price past 2,000 for the first time in a very long time. That's right, the world's largest asset manager, BlackRock, with roughly 10 trillion in assets under management, filed for a spot Ethereum ETF on November 9th, 4 months after filing for the spot ETF for Bitcoin. BlackRock's filing helped the Ethereum price soar past 2,000 for the first time in over a year. That's right, BlackRock's intention to file for an Ethereum spot ETF had a bullish effect on the crypto market, helping Ethereum get past this critical resistance of $2,000 for the first time in 6 months. And here you can see the bullish Ethereum chart. And apart from ETH, other alts also saw significant gains before a flash crash, with nearly $1 billion in open interest being wiped out of the market within an hour. Now, millions of dollars in longs and shorts were liquidated due to the sudden price fluctuation. So be very careful trading with leverage. BlackRock's Ethereum ETF filing was confirmed after its 19B4 filing with the NASDAQ became public. The NASDAQ filed the 19B4 form on behalf of the world's asset manager with the SEC for a proposed ETF called the iShares Ethereum Trust. The move signals that the asset manager's intention is to expand beyond Bitcoin with its ETF aspirations, invoking various reactions from the crypto community. Now, here we go. Bitcoin proponent Udi Wertheimer reacted to the news. saying there is a second best, referring to the popular meme we all know of Michael Saylor, there is no second best, who believes that Bitcoin is the only true asset and that there is no second best. That's ironic, right? Now, other crypto proponents rejoiced in growing institutional interest beyond Bitcoin, including Raoul Pal, who is a big Ethereum bull. Now, he called it the holy grail for asset managers, as they can capture the yield and only give the price performance to the Ethereum hodlers. Others pointed out that BlackRock's ETH ETF interest suggests its spot Bitcoin ETF is a done deal. I think we can all agree on that one, just a matter of time. Now, an independent Ethereum educator drew attention to the impact of the Ethereum on the Ethereum yields of this ETF, claiming traders are going to absolutely salivate over the real yield that a staked spot Ethereum ETF can offer. Now, here's some insights coming from an analyst. I think I had that pulled up. From Alfred here. Let's see. Mike Alfred shares here, it was so smart of BlackRock to apply for the Ethereum ETF to distract the crypto bros from the fact that the Bitcoin ETF is about to be approved. They needed to reduce the buying pressure on Bitcoin while they finished positioning for the launch, and it worked like a charm. Well done, Larry Fink. And he makes a great point here, because Bitcoin was pumping. It was about to capture 38,000. Then that news broke, and the Ethereum dominance immediately took some market share away from Bitcoin, stopping the Bitcoin rally. Now, also breaking news, the number of addresses holding more than $1,000 worth of Bitcoin has hit a new all-time high. So congratulations to all the wallets out there holding 1,000 or more of BTC. And as Max shares here, Bitcoin is up over 100% since this interview 11 months ago with Daniela Cambone. How many of you watched this infamous interview? It was epic. It was where Max makes his predictions for the new year for 2023. And he shared that 20,000 is in play and that the gold price is still the same price. I mean, 220,000 is currently Max Kaiser's short-term target. He also mentions here that Bitcoin is demonetized in gold, which it absolutely is, as the gold and precious metals markets are manipulated by the, banking institutions and Wall Street, JP Morgan Chase. Ain't nothing new under the sun. You know how it is. But let me know, fam, how many of you are currently bullish on Bitcoin and how many of you are bullish on Ethereum? Let me know in that live chat. I'll start reading your comments out loud, fam. Passive says, I think ETH was the second best before it became proof of stake. Amen. I share that same sentiment. Matthew, I hear you, but just think about all the no coiners that are still unknowingly suffering from the money printing. 60,000 subs. That's right, Sterling Q. Massive milestone we achieved on the channel just yesterday. We hit it. 60 G's, baby. Well, 60,000 subs. Now for the Bitcoin price to follow. So I have to thank each and every one of you for supporting, being being subscribed to the show. I greatly appreciate it. It means the Bitcoin price follows my subs, and we can hit a $600,000 Bitcoin price along with 600,000 subs. Let me know what you think, fam. That's exactly what I said yesterday. They want Bitcoin to be as low as they can, so it'll officially get the spot at the lowest price possible. That's right. If you were, hypothetically speaking, BlackRock and Larry Fink, would you rather purchase Bitcoin 2-for-1 discount sale like today's prices, or would you rather be paying over $50,000 a coin? Go figure. You know what I mean? Everything is for a reason. There will be more crashes for sure, says Chris. No doubt after this cycle in the future. Well, that's for sure. We're bullish on Ethereum until I swapped it all for Bitcoin. Right on, fam. We bullish on ETH. And one thing I don't like about Bitcoin is these fees. I think they will go down though. That's right. I encourage you to check out the Lightning Network, which is the layer 2 for Bitcoin, because it makes sending funds virtually instant and virtually free, like so inexpensive. I saw something the other day where someone transferred like $300 million for $2. Where else can you do that? Yeah, it's crazy. Also, the Ethereum gas fees are insane, but they also have a layer 2 scaling solution by the name of Polygon/Matic. You know what I mean? Congrats on 60K. Let's get Bitcoin there next. Amen. Amen. Justin Campbell, nice hat. Thank you, fam. You mean the bottom? Yeah, I hear you. I don't like ETH, says Will. Should we buy Solana at this point? That's a decision you have to make. I don't touch any Sam coins. Unfortunately, Solana is a Sam coin. And when I say a Sam coin, that means a Sam Bankman-Fried coin, in which he was manipulating during the FTX days. You know what I mean? So yeah, it is what it is. It is that, my boy. Cut down your spending habits and move back home with your parents if you can. Sacrifices must be made. You got to do what you got to do, right, Chris? Yeah, 600 G's once we take off. Send it, Michael. Let's go. Solana is an ish coin. Only FTT hodlers who hodl Solana. Baxter, every time I look into the Lightning Network, I get hit with a wall of technical nonsense. Oh, no way. That's not cool. Which platform you're referring to? Have you guys checked out Strike, Jack Muller's company? Let me know. OpenNode's another option as well. Why don't you collab with other YouTubers? It's actually a great idea. Willy Wonka OG, thanks for the suggestion. And with that being shared, let's now dive into our next story of the day. We broke down the Bitcoin technical analysis. We also broke down some of the Ethereum technical analysis. Now let's discuss deeper some Bitcoin ETFs, shall we? Which is on everyone's mind right now. Check it out. Galaxy Digital founder Mike Novogratz told investors that 2024 will be headlined by institutional adoption of cryptocurrencies, which will be driven by the pending approval of the Bitcoin ETFs. Right now, there's like a dozen of them pending approval by the SEC. Now, during Galaxy Digital's third quarter earnings call, November 9th, which was yesterday, Novogratz highlighted the firm's belief that approving several ETFs is now not a matter of if, but when. The fund managers filed its spot Bitcoin and Ethereum ETF apps with the US SEC in partnership with Invesco in Q3 of this year. Now, investors' sentiment has turned bullish in November of this year, with prominent ETF researcher analysts predicting the SEC will have approved 12 major Bitcoin spot ETF applications by January 2024, with that deadline being January 10th. Quoting him here, 2024 literally is going to be a year of institutional adoption, primarily first through the Bitcoin ETF, which will be followed by an Ethereum ETF. As institutions get more comfortable, if the government gives its seal of approval that Bitcoin is a thing, you're going to see the rest of the allocators starting to look at things outside of that. And so money will flow into the space. Now, Novogratz added that institutional investment could come to a head in 2025 as investments in tokenization and wallets ramp up. The Galaxy Digital CEO added that a key focus for the U.S. landscape should be ensuring that the dollar-backed stablecoins remain a central cog in the wider cryptocurrency ecosystem. As he shares here, we are going to continue to be dollar dominant. We better have a dollar-backed stablecoin that reflects our values and is taken up around the world. And according to Novogratz, the Bitcoin ETF will bring a measure of institutional confidence and a significant amount of funding to the crypto space. As he shares here, this ETF is giving us all breathing space, putting life in the system. That brings in capital that allows the rest of the stuff to flourish. But I think if you look at the crypto long-term plan, it's right on target. Now, the potential influence of an Ether spot ETF was also brought up during the investor call. Galaxy Digital CEO said it's possible the approval might not be as well received as Bitcoin ETF, given that Ethereum's validating model is based on a staking model and staking yields. So it will be interesting to see how the SEC responds. He also mentions, unless they can figure out an ETF that actually passes through the staking rewards, it'll kind of be a subpar product from just owning Ethereum with someone like us and having it staked. He also added that the technical difference would be significant if investors were looking at yields between 4 and 7%, depending upon the method of staking. Now, utility remains an important factor, with Novogratz stressing that different blockchains and their native tokens need to serve a purpose and have stuff built on them to sustain their long-term value. So there you have it, my crypto fam. Let me know if you're bullish for these Bitcoin ETFs, and by what month do you think we get the green light from the regulators? And do you think it'll all happen at the same time, like a plethora of ETFs being approved? Or do you think it'll be one at a time, more like a domino effect with one following the other? And if so, who do you think will get the first mover's advantage? Please do let me know. Matthew said it's going to get crazy. Buy Bitcoin fam. 2 million Bitcoin on the exchanges, 8 billion people. That's 25,000 Satoshis per person on the exchanges. Mind blowing, isn't it? You know what I mean? It is wild if you really think about the limited scarcity of Bitcoin mixed with the massive demand going into 2024 with the Bitcoin halving. November 17, 2023, I think all 12 get approved 1 week from today. Word up. I hope you're right. Now, they say if they get the green light, hypothetically speaking, in this month of November, it could take a month or so for them to actually launch the official product, giving you a very small window of opportunity right now to buy sats on the low, because right now from the all-time high, we're still close to a 2 for one fire sale, but it won't be like that for long, I am telling you. In Germany, it's a little country, but there are billionaires. That's right, Du Hanks, there's probably billionaires in every country. I think I read a statistic that there's 5,000 billionaires in the world. If I'm wrong, correct me, but based off that math, there's a very limited amount of Bitcoin available. So they're going to be racing to get that BTC as it's the perfect form of money. I truly believe that. You know what I mean? But anyways, fam, let's now dive into our next story of the day and discuss what's going on in Hong Kong. There are rumors that we're going to have a spot ETF launch there as well, as they want to become a crypto hub. And they already kind of are. You know, they're not considered mainland China. You know what I mean? It's on the outskirts, but they're like a technical innovational hub. I've actually visited Hong Kong. It's a spectacular place to visit. It's like New York City on steroids, my best way to describe it. But anyways, here's what's going on in Hong Kong. Hong Kong is very ready for the next wave of mass crypto adoption with an influx of crypto talent that has been spilling into the aspiring digital asset hub, according to Hashkey Capital. Speaking of Cointelegraph, this partner of liquid funds and research at the investment arm of a Hong Kong firm of Hashkey Group explained that the combination of Web3 projects along with the crypto positive regulatory developments has primed Hong Kong for significant growth in the next 4 to 5 years. Quoting them here, you've got all of these new different projects with their founders and teams here, which is all real GDP, by the way. These teams are already boosting both banking and capital market activities. That's what's up. He also added that while crypto prices have reflected it, or haven't reflected it, the level of sophistication being developed in the sector over the past 18 months has been striking. Quoting him here, the actual technological improvements we have seen throughout the bear market has been quite astonishing. So I think from the tech side, we're ready for the next wave of larger mass adoption in the crypto world. Let's go. The reason for this bullishness for the region was based on the belief that the economy in Hong Kong is in dire need of a new driver, something he believes the crypto sector is ready to offer. Quoting him again, the GDP in Hong Kong in recent years hasn't been looking so largely due to COVID, so it needs a new driver, he said. So it's my theory that crypto and Web3 are those new drivers. Let me know if you agree or disagree with them. Now, on August 3rd of this year, Hashkey became the first crypto exchange in Hong Kong to receive the specific license that allowed them to offer crypto assets to retail investors. He admitted that while he is not directly involved in the exchange arm of Hashkey, he expects the demand for crypto products from local Hong Kong residents to grow as the government continues to shore up investor concerns by outlining its regulatory scheme for the sector. Quoting him again, the recent policy changes give retail investors safety because now you've got insurance and legal protections. You don't have to use online wallets to do self-custody. All you need to do is open an account on an exchange, and then you can use your Hong Kong dollars to buy Bitcoins and other cryptocurrency. It's quite easy. So for now, it's still a bear market, but when the bull market comes back, we can assume that people's outlooks will change quickly. Retail will definitely be coming back, especially when they have a lot of opportunities to buy securely with licensed exchanges. Now, overall, he predicts that Web3 in Asia and Hong Kong will witness a very similar pattern of development to that of the GameFi sector in Southeast Asia in 2021, which saw Axie Infinity briefly become one of the most played games in the world. And in his view, while Axie was prone to massive speculation, the underlying model of development would be quite similar. Projects that are developed in the US and Europe could easily find the welcoming market in Asia, as he shares here. I think in the future, Asia will soon follow the same pattern. Protocols and infrastructure projects that are developed in the United States or Europe or Australia may not witness massive adoption where they're developed, but if they want to find a market, they can go to Asia. He also conceded that the growth would be less feverish than once seen in Southeast Asia, with more of a sober and well-regulated focus on protocols and blockchain infrastructure, as outlined here, in place of a rampant speculation on gaming. Now, I'm curious, fam, how many of you are bullish on crypto gaming coins? Please do let me know. It's worth noting Hong Kong was rocked by the crypto exchange scandal in September, in which an unlicensed exchange called JPEX allegedly swindled investors out of $165 million. And in breaking news, Justin Sun's exchange, I believe, just got hacked for $100 million as well, just FYI. Now, the fallout has since been described as one of the worst financial crises to have ever hit the region. And despite the debacle, Hong Kong's Secretary for Financial Services and the Treasury assured a crowd of investors, government officials, and other regulators at Hong Kong FinTech Week that the JPEX drama hadn't affected the government aspirations to turn Hong Kong into Asia's crypto hub. Let's go. Hong Kong also pledged to tighten its crypto regulations after JPEX's alleged actions. The SFC also set up a task force with police to deal with illicit crypto exchange activities and updated its policies on crypto sales as well as requirements. So there you have it. And also, I shared in previous episode, there could be an ETF coming out of Hong Kong. So not only are we going to get Bitcoin ETF spot approval in the United States, but more than likely we'll have competition in Asia as well as the Middle East. I don't know if it's Abu Dhabi or Dubai, but there's also talks of them launching a spot Bitcoin ETF. So the Bitcoin game theory is in full effect. Let's freaking go. Shout out to Nuckchoris. Good to see you, fam. Always a pleasure. Appreciate you tuning in. What up, Barry BTC? Pleasure. How's your afternoon going? Let me know. Adam Wild, welcome. Appreciate you tuning into the show. Sadiq, can I invest in Bitcoin now? Absolutely. I highly recommend it. Buy Bitcoin and hold it for the next 8 years, and then let me know how your purchase has done. You know what I mean? It's for the long haul, just FYI. Load up the Hong Kong FUD. Right on, Baxter. More competition is what we need. Amen. It'll light a fire under their butts. You know what I mean? I heard D's was going to be hanging out. Who's D's, fam? Let me know, Black Swan. I mine Bitcoin with pen and paper. Nuckchoris, you're just on a whole nother level. Aren't you sitting on like 22 million Bitcoin? We need more investors. Only about 6 million wallets have more than 1,000 in Bitcoin. That is crazy if you really think about it. What the dog doing? You know, he's enjoying his best life. That's our official mascot of the show, by the way. What up, Candace? Initiative. Load the dip. Let's freaking go. How many of you are seizing this opportunity? Let me know. Having a good day. Love to hear that, Barry. Much love, much respect. Jay Connors. Yeah, he's doing his thing. You already know, fam. But anyways, let's now dip into our next story of the day. Now that we covered that, let's discuss a potential 85% rally before the end of the year. You know what I mean? Talking about taking Bitcoin on up where it belongs. You know what I mean? The true value is so much higher than where we're at right now. The widely followed crypto trader says the Bitcoin can possibly soar by double digits over the remaining weeks of 2023. Let's go. Synonymous analyst Dave the Wave shared on X that it's not unthinkable for Bitcoin to rally to the record high of slightly over $69,000. How many of you can foresee a new all-time high before the end of this year? Let me know in that live chat, fam. Now, such a move would see Bitcoin soar by about 87%. From the current level. Now, the chart appears to suggest Bitcoin is attempting to break out of the upper bound of its customized logarithmic growth curve indicator, a move that usually precedes a surge in price action. The LGC indicator is typically used to identify the macro highs and lows of an asset while minimizing the volatility and noise as outlined right here in this chart. He also said the Bitcoin could experience a pre-halving rally, just like was the case in the run-up of the 2020 Bitcoin halving. How many of you were here to witness that? Let me know. And according to the synonymous analyst, the previous Bitcoin mini parabola run just ahead of the 2020 halving saw Bitcoin surge from 3,300 to around $14,000, which is a 324% increase. So don't forget what Bitcoin is capable of doing, fam. I recall back in 2021, Bitcoin soared from 16,000 to 69,000 in like less than 60 days. So it's going to get quite exciting. The next Bitcoin halving is expected to occur in April of 2024, roughly only 5 months out. Now, how many of you are bullish for this Bitcoin halving event? And how many of you, this will be your second or third halving? Will it be your first halving? Let me know in that live chat, fam. 85%. I'll take a sip from that well, right? I mean, 70,000 Bitcoin price action before the halving, you know what I mean, would be lit, to say the least. And it's also a possibility. Let's not forget, what if BlackRock comes out and says our ETF was just approved by the SEC? Gary Gensler comes out, I just greenlit all 12 applications as per your request. And then the market goes literally on fire. Anything is possible. Be prepared for all scenarios. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but there is a possibility, so we should be prepared nonetheless. Nuckchoris says, when I fart, I make the world a warmer place for everyone. You're just incredible. blessings on blessings on blessings. All that would take passive is a run, for example, to 60,000 and then a retrace to 30,000. And there's your extra BTC. I take it absolutely. Shout out to Danny. I appreciate the subscription to the channel. Everyone who subs is going to get an on-screen shout out. We got to get to 100,000 subs and I need your help. We can get there 100%. Chris says it's insane. Amen. 2023 will come alive very soon. That's right. It's not how you start the year, it's how you end the year. And Bitcoin has had a hell of a year, but how we finish it, pay close attention. It's going to be lit. The first halving for Josh Runge, that's what's up. 2.7 Bitcoin, congratulations, being a whole coiner. First halving for Boz Dragon, congratulations. You're at the right place at the right time. You got to love it. Adam Weil says we bullish. Word. It will, Chris. Yeah, let's freaking go. Anyways, fam, we still got a lot to cover. Don't forget to smash that like. It helps out tremendously. I appreciate it. And let's now dive into our next story of the day. And let's discuss a $175,000 target for the King Crypto, according to this crypto analyst. Here we go. Amid the current Bitcoin rally, we got crypto expert Caleb Franzen, the founder of Cubic Analytics, who recently shed light on his faith in the crypto reaching 175,000 per coin due to certain factors and when this might happen. So let's break this baby down. On November 8th, Caleb was interviewed by Thinking Crypto, where the expert revealed his optimism about Bitcoin. The expert thinks that the strength of the crypto asset will benefit the entire crypto industry. Amen. A rising tide rises all ships, right? According to Franzen, the strong belief in the crypto asset is due to the bullish indicators, which he observed in the Bitcoin charts. He put forward the idea of a critical support and resistance level at the 200-day moving average cloud. He also underscored how clear market signals are important, as he pointed out several factors that might bolster the Bitcoin price when he was asked about Bitcoin's short-term and long-term price expectations. These included the Bitcoin halving, the potential approval of spot Bitcoin ETFs, and the non-recessionary rate cuts. So according to the analyst, a potential approval of the spot Bitcoin ETF could have a huge impact on Bitcoin. This checks out at the current price rally of the asset seems to have triggered by a false Bitcoin ETF approval news, which we all witnessed a few weeks back with BlackRock, which turned out to be false. It sent the market parabolic. The crypto expert further highlighted a large spike, which might lead to a 20,000 candle if the blanket approvals for ETFs were to happen. So talk about a God candle. Imagine that, like 20,000 in a single daily candle. We just jump up from 37 to 57 like it ain't no thing. Send it and let's go, fam. In addition, due to several other reasons like the Bitcoin halving cycle and a less restrictive monetary policy environment, Franzen expressed optimism the Bitcoin can reach 175,000 in the next bull run. Now, I personally feel that's conservative. I'll tell you why here in a bit. Now, while the expert gave factors that could propel the asset price, he also gave other factors to consider that could affect it negatively. Franzen highlighted the possibility of a fundamental macroeconomic recession risk as a possible bearish factor for the token. He issued a warning saying that if a recession were to take place, the value of the token and other financial assets can drop dramatically. While emphasizing a recession risk, he also used the recession that occurred back in 2019 and 2020 to back up his claims. He asserted that the recession that happened within the period took the price of Bitcoin from 10,000 to 3,500. How many of you remember that after the COVID crash? And according to him, there is a possibility that something similar to this might happen if there is another recession. And in addition, he also brought up the possibility of exchange risk or possible fraud activities surfacing, which can cause corrections in the crypto market. Now, currently, Bitcoin is sitting at approximately 30, what are we at right now, fam? You let me know. Let's look. What do I got to look at here? We're currently at 37,200 at the time of this live stream. So slowly gaining momentum at the coveted 40,000 mark. Bitcoin's recent price breakthrough was believed to be buttressed in the presence of the golden cross and a rising 200 simple day moving average. A golden cross signal combined with the rising 200-day simple moving average presents an increasing long-term trend. This is because these indicators support the current uptrend and offer a solid basis for further price growth for Bitcoin, as outlined right here in this chart. So there you have it, crypto fam. How many of you believe that we can hit $175,000 target this bull run? And by what year do you feel we're likely to smash that target? Let me know, fam, in that live chat. Yeah, I know, it's crazy. 175 is conservative. Here's why, in my opinion. I think 220,000 would be a low conservative price prediction. That's Max Kaiser's short-term prediction, which he has been calling for quite some time, because you have some of the most bullish catalysts which have never existed during the previous cycles. Yes, Bitcoin halving, we know every 4 years, but there was no institutions coming previous cycle, and Bitcoin shot up to 69,000. So what changes when you got just a handful of the top asset managers in the world controlling roughly $25 trillion in assets under management. Even a small allocation of 1% or 2% is going to make the Bitcoin price action go insane, because we're talking about trillions upon trillions of dollars entering Bitcoin, which will be a game changer. And then add on top of that more unprecedented news, which supply shock. We have roughly 1.6 to 1.8 million Bitcoin currently sitting on the exchanges. When you have massive asset managers looking to launch ETF products, they have to hold on to that underlying asset, right? And if the long-term hodlers don't want to depart with their Bitcoin, such as yourselves, then where are they going to get it? It's going to have to drive the price up drastically. So that's why I say 220,000, in my opinion, is conservative. 175,000, easy peasy. And I think we can climb as high as 500 to 600,000, especially if we had a double top. What do you guys think, though? Let me know in the comments right down below. I'm going to read some of your comments out loud, and then we'll dive into our breaking story of the day, and we'll be discussing Bitcoin surpassing 100x, which is like $3.7 million per Bitcoin off of the back of the BlackRock ETF approval. Let's go. What up, Baxter? Short-term predictions has been saying for the long time. Yeah, that is true, but he is saying short-term target in play. You know what I mean? We're going to discuss some of Max's predictions here shortly as well. A little more insightful for you. Yes, now that I have left the miners mostly, I believe we'll hit 1 million now. Word up, Chris, send it. Devin Morris says the end of 2025, I think we'll be at 150,000. That's a solid target. Like I said, I feel it's a little conservative, but anything's possible. Even 100,000 should be life-changing to many of you, wouldn't you say? What up, Jessica? And don't forget, once we hit 100,000, we're going to be having the 100,000 Bitcoin Fiesta here in Puerto Rico. You're all invited. Make sure you're in my Discord for more info. The Discord link is below this video, or visit discord.cryptonewsalerts.net. Appreciate that, fam. All models will be broken, says Matthew. ETF, money printing coming, lower rates coming, the first cycle with diminishing supply on the exchanges, the first cycle with rate hikes and quantitative tightening, mining ban in China. Couldn't have said it better myself. Thank you, Matthew. FTX, Celsius, BlockFi, Terra Luna, all selling Bitcoin. Exactly. They crashed the markets. You know what I mean? I keep a personal diary. You guys call it the Guinness Book of World Records. Oh, Nocturus, man. I love Bitcoin scarcity. We're all going to be rich. Shout out to Melda. That's right. I'm a beginner to crypto. How can I learn to trade right time? I mean, you want to learn trading? No comment. Dank Streamlabs. Relax and meditation music is cool. Word, word, word. I got this name after I lost my money with Voyager. Just another fool. Oh, sorry to hear that. Yeah, Voyager went under. Celsius went under. FTX went under. Terra Luna went under. 2022 was a very rough year. Very rough bear market. But guess what? If you survived, you deserve these 10 to 100x gains that are going to be coming into the market. So send it and let's go. Felix says, do you think ETF approval has been priced in? Yes and no. I think to the diehards buying Bitcoin, yes. But to the masses, absolutely not. I think when the ETFs are priced in, you're going to see an all-time high. That's the indicator. Right now, it's still like buy one, get one free. When we get the ETF priced in, it's not going to be buy one, get one free. You know what I mean? It's going to be all-time highs, in my humble opinion. But let me know what you guys think. You know what I mean? I meditate. It does wonders. Yeah, meditation is life-changing. Shout out to Devin Morris. Last high-fee regime lasted 6 days approximately. Oh, word up, Baxter. I hope Satoshi doesn't find his. Are you talking about his 1.1 million Bitcoin? That's right, because all the lost Bitcoin in the network gives us all a raise. More scarcity means prices go up. Who's your hat guy? I think I just Google Bitcoin hat, but we do have a merch store. It can be found at merch.cryptonewsalerts.net. This hat is not there yet, but we do have a lot of other hats and merch for you to take advantage of. I appreciate you asking. Yeah, okay. So yeah, with that being shared, fam, now let's dive into our breaking story of the day and discuss the Bitcoin price action surging 10 to 100x from here. You do the math. 10x from 37,000 is $370,000 per Bitcoin, and 100x would take the king crypto to $3.7 million per BTC. So let's break this down. I got some bullish price predictions. Let's start with the Giga Chad himself, Michael Saylor. He recently shared in an interview the following, which I transcribed. Bitcoin is an asset class, and that's a major revolution. If Fidelity and BlackRock, and if 10 other ETF issuers all agree, the Bitcoin is an asset class, which it is. It should be 10x to 100x bigger than it is right now. So we're talking about, the Bitcoin market cap is currently sitting between $500 billion and $1 trillion, probably closer to $500 billion. Let's actually look on CoinMarketCap together real quick and see where we're at so we can make some projections together. Let's check it out. So right now, wow, the Bitcoin market cap is at $727 billion. So just shy of $1 trillion. So to run the math, according to Saylor, if we were to 100x there, we're talking about, I would guesstimate maybe wow, can someone run the math? It's not an even number, so but 100x that is a pretty damn big market cap. We're talking about probably 70 trillion. I'm just ballparking it because I don't know the exact number. And then we have Max Keiser, who made a prediction a little bit back. He said Bitcoin has already and will continue to outperform everything else so spectacularly by 100x or more, that everyone holding fiat currency, stocks, bonds, gold, and all of the ish coins, property, etc., will literally be impoverished. So there you have another 100x prediction. Do you think Bitcoin is likely to run against everything else at a factor of 100x? Let me know. And you run the math. I mean, if gold hypothetically were to soar, where are we at? 2,000 today's prices for an ounce. Bitcoin, he's basically saying for every dollar gold goes up, expect Bitcoin to go up 100x. So would you rather have minuscule gains or phenomenal life-changing gains? Those are the options for you right now. Now, here's some other predictions that Max Keiser made. He said he made these predictions, I believe, a while back for 2023 and moving forward. He said Bitcoin will beat gold by 100x, kind of like I just shared with you. He says altcoins will get shut down and go to zero, many of which are. El Salvador will be debt-free by 2030, and this growth will be powered by the rise of the Bitcoin price action to $1 million per coin. And he says it's a mathematical certainty. Now quoting him from one of his predictions. So even 1% of that multi-$100 trillion funds available moves the needle to Bitcoin, and it moves it up considerably. And if we get, and he's referring to these major asset managers allocating into Bitcoin, if we get into the 5 to 10% range, then you start to really see it raise ahead to the 7-figure Bitcoin type predictions that people have been making, including myself, because Bitcoin is an asset class. Preach. Now, I have another prediction of another 100x from another influencer, one of the founders of PayPal by the name of Peter Thiel. He says, check this out. This is actually a tweet I made a while back. Billionaire PayPal co-founder Peter Thiel shared his list of enemies stopping Bitcoin from rising 100x last year while speaking at the Bitcoin 2022 conference in Miami, Florida. How many of you were there? I was. Let me know. Quoting him here, the enemies list is a list of people who I think are stopping Bitcoin. There is a lot of them. They tend to have nameless, faceless, bureaucratic perspectives, which is, of course, one of the ways they hide. Check this out. We are going to try to expose them and realize that this sort of what we have to fight for Bitcoin to go up 10x or 100x from here. In some perspective, at the time he made this prediction in 2022, Bitcoin was just north of $40,000 per coin. So he's ultimately calling for a $4 million Bitcoin price. He continues, the central banks are going bankrupt. We are at the end of the fiat money regime. Preach. The first person on the list is the one and only Berkshire Hathaway CEO, Warren Buffett. Thiel put up a picture of Buffett with two of his most famous quotes about Bitcoin, which we all know, rat poison squared, and I don't own any, and I never will. Then he opined, I think the sociopathic grandpa from Omaha is perhaps the most honest and most direct in it. Thiel further noted that Buffett has a bias that makes him long on the fiat money system, and money managers who follow the Berkshire Hathaway executive's advice will pretend it's complicated to invest in Bitcoin, which we all know is nothing more than FUD. Next up on the list, the next person on the list of enemies is JP Morgan Chase CEO, Jamie Dimon. And I'll stop you right there because I actually reacted to a short of Jamie Dimon the other day when he was calling Bitcoin a pet rock and a fraud and threatened any employee of JP Morgan Chase. If you get caught trading or touching Bitcoin, you will be fired. At that same time, that same week, he was purchasing mass amounts of Bitcoin and starting a trading desk. Tika Tawari exposed him. So when you have these major influencers, the enemies of Bitcoin, the Warren Buffetts, the Charlie Mungers, the Jamie the Tapeworm Dimons, when they're on national television making their rounds, bashing Bitcoin, why are they doing it? They're buying it behind closed doors. They're trying to crash the price, manipulating the market to take advantage of you. They're purposely misleading you. They don't want you touching Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the only money they can't control. It's the only unconfiscatable money. It's the only perfect money. It's the only money with a finite limited supply, and they don't want you to touch it. Why is that? It's a direct threat to the powers that be. It's a direct threat to the central bankers. Bitcoin was invented to decapitate the heads off the central banking system. You know what I mean? Like, real talk, Bitcoin is an enemy to the powers that be. They may brush it, like, oh, it's not a big deal, but this is all planned. This is an orchestrated attack. You must know who the enemies of Bitcoin are, right? Know who the enemies are. Anyone talking negative about Bitcoin, comparing it to a banana or a frickin' pet rock, don't listen to them. You know what I mean? What did Jim Cramer say a few weeks ago? Mr. Bitcoin's going down. Sorry, I wouldn't touch Bitcoin. It's going down. Bitcoin's up 40% since. They're here to mislead you. You know what I mean? Welcome to Channel Zero. Just want to preach the truth, you know what I mean? Because I'm sick and tired of these enemies of Bitcoin. But guess what? Bitcoin doesn't really have any real enemies because no enemy can stop it. Bitcoin's going to continue to do its thing, regardless. But anyways, back here. The next person on the list of Bitcoin's enemies is JP Morgan Chase, Jamie the Tapeworm Dimon. Phil put Dimon's picture up with a quote. I don't call them cryptocurrencies. I call them crypto tokens because currencies have rules and laws behind them. Central banks and taxed with authorities. The next picture he put up was of the BlackRock CEO, Larry Fink, who just... If you didn't know, Larry Fink, who is the CEO of BlackRock, right? He once called Bitcoin an index for money laundering a few years ago. Now, lo and behold, he's all in on Bitcoin, about to launch the first Bitcoin ETF in the world, right? Complete 180. But maybe when he was bashing it then, he was probably trying to buy it up and stacking it on the low. I wouldn't put it past them because these are corrupt mofos at the highest levels. You know what I mean? Just wanted to keep it real, fam. You know how it is. So yeah, let's get back to this right here. I see huge opportunities in a digitized crypto blockchain related currency, and that's where I think it's going. Now, the PayPal founder added that Fink's quote is somewhat representative of the whole genre of Bitcoin attacks that need further context, stating that pro-blockchain is an anti-Bitcoin term. Very typically, Thiel then brought up the environmental, social, and governance standards, elaborating on ESG, the label they've come up with, and perhaps the real enemy is ESG. Wasn't Elon the FUD puppet Musk hiding behind this narrative on why he had to stop taking Bitcoin payments for Tesla? Again, just more FUD. I think that ESG is just a hate factory. Preach. And shout out to Peter Thiel for calling them out. He stressed, you can always ask the question, what's the difference between ESG and the Chinese Communist Party? Well, when you think ESG, you should be thinking of CCP. Thanks for keeping it real, fam. It's the finance gerontocracy that runs the country through whatever silly virtual signaling and hate factory to them, like ESG. The billionaire concluded, this is what I would call and what we have to think of as a revolutionary youth movement. And we have to just go from this conference and take over the world. So preach. There you have it. My crypto fam, let me know your thoughts on some of these predictions. We touched upon Max Kaiser, 100x prediction, short-term target of 220,000. We touched upon Michael Saylor projecting on the back of these ETFs. We're going to see Bitcoin soar between 10x and 100x bigger than it is right now. And we also touched upon Peter Thiel's prediction that the Bitcoin price can soar 100x. And again, from the time he made that prediction, Bitcoin was trading at $40,000. So he's ultimately projecting a $4 million Bitcoin price action. Let me know, fam, in the comments right down below. What up, RJ? Now let's dive into our live Q&A session. RJ says 3.7 million incoming. Send it. Let's freaking go. Solana hit 55 just now, up 21%. Yeah, Solana's been killing it. Even FTT is soaring, over 100% gains for the day, which is insane to say. FTX is pumping. Yeah, they're about to relaunch. Crazy. Who's going to be the CEO of that company? FTX coin is Gensler coin. There you go. Gensler's probably sitting on a massive amount of FTT. Wouldn't shock me. Will says JV rocks. I appreciate that, fam. Juan Romero, preach on JV. You got it. Much love, much respect. Let's go. I do it in pounds, says Felix. All good. 44 pounds. It is what it is. When the blindfold was ripped from my eyes, I can see my enemy. Our enemy, says Baxter. That's right. So beware of all the enemies of Bitcoin, because now you know. And there's so many more enemies, but it's so easy to decipher between who is an enemy of Bitcoin and who's not. Anyone bashing Bitcoin, like I said, and saying they're claiming it's going to zero, like the billionaire old man, Dan Pena, it's going to zero. Trust me. If you knew who was behind Bitcoin, you'd be out already. Putin. With his FUD. Crazy. Anyone so convinced Bitcoin is going to zero and trying to convince you is probably because they're paid to do so. That's my take on it. They can't be that ignorant. They're not that. Billionaires aren't ignorant people. Billionaires are easily swayed and controlled. You know what I mean? FTX coin is Gensler coin. I think you're right, Felix. Bitcoin is pumping in the ski season. Let's go. 37.3. Let's get back above 38. Let's hit a new annual high, shall we? Is FTX going to relaunch, or is it just more of a spin to drive up the price so they can still recoup more money? That's a great question, Nate. I don't know who in their right mind would ever want to use FTX. Boggles my mind, so you may be right. Buffett is successful because he's corrupt. He has been inside dealing all of his life. He could make a dime off of his own skills, or couldn't make a dime. Word up, and that's what Max Kaiser's been calling him out for as well. I agree with you. Putin coin, right. I'm going to sell all my alts at the end of the cycle. This shovel every bit into Bitcoin. Next bear market, says Devin Morris. Old man yells at Bitcoin. Amen. That's precisely right. You got the Charlie Mungers of the world, 99 years old. Bitcoin's terrible, worst investment ever. Let me sip my diet soda. Yeah, Pena needs to quit screaming before he has a heart attack. Pena's hilarious, though, I'll tell you. Besides him bashing Bitcoin, he's entertaining as all hell. He's a funny old man, I'll say that. I started buying Bitcoin on Revolt. Word, is that an exchange? Let me know. Is it an app? I've heard of it, never used it, so I'm not sure. Bitcoin is going to zero coins available. Amen. Matthew, I wouldn't want to sell Bitcoin either. You'd got to be insane. Imagine dumping your Bitcoin at a time like this to BlackRock. Once BlackRock buys your Bitcoin, they're never departing with it. You think they're going to let go of it? No. BlackRock owns all the real estate. They own over 80% of the companies in the S&P 500. They're more powerful than the GDPs in nations around the world, minus maybe the United States, India, and China. You know what I mean? So they have so much power and influence, it's not even funny. And they're coming not only for your Bitcoin, they're coming for your Ethereum. And they want as much of it as possible, I'm telling you. Their buying is going to make Michael Saylor look like a freaking shrimp. I'm just saying. And we know Michael Saylor's company has 158,000 Bitcoin. Rumor has it he personally has over 100,000 Bitcoin. So we're talking 250,000 BTC from one mofo. So just imagine the power of a BlackRock with 10 trillion of assets under management, how much Bitcoin they can buy. It's insane if you really fathom it. And there is a very finite limited supply. You know what I mean? I know the long-term hodlers, you guys with the diamond hands aren't going to be departing with your Bitcoin. What are they going to do? They're going to drive the prices crazy high. Guaranteed. You know what I mean? Make all of his money concentrating his investments, just one or few made in money. Then once the rich, it promotes everyone else diversifying broadly. Ironic, says Nate. Juan Romero, Bitcoin is not going to zero. It just keeps adding zeros. That's right. Every cycle, Bitcoin adds another zero, right? So where are we at right now? 37,000? This, based on that philosophy right there and that theory, we're going to hit 370,000 this cycle. And guess what? The top is less than 2 years away. Holla frickin' Luya. Yeah, India's prime minister has about 200,000 Bitcoin from confiscations. For real? Nukchorus? That's insane. Also, the US government probably has hundreds of thousands of Bitcoin from confiscation as well. So something to consider. Buffett couldn't make a dime in a position. He made his billions through corruption and inside dealing. Amen. Crypto is our time. We will make our millions through our skills. Amen. Also, much love, fam. Thank you. Solana to the moon says fired answer. Solana's been on fire. Raoul Powell must be happy. Then he announced most of his portfolio was in Solana a few weeks back. So he must be killing it. Selling my BMW for Bitcoin was the best decision ever, says Grant Dunn. We are sucking the value of gold, real estate, collectibles, and automobiles. Amen. Smart decision. Automobiles go down in value over time. Bitcoin continue to go up. I'm so happy I sold my Porsche for Bitcoin before moving to Puerto Rico. I am so happy I sold my gold Rolex Daytona for Bitcoin before moving to Puerto Rico. Great decisions. FTX reminds me of Kaiser talking about block wars. Oh, word up. Bitcoin will bring world peace. That's right. Bitcoin represents peace and freedom. You know what I mean? And tomorrow's International Bitcoin Day, fam. We're all going to celebrate. International Bitcoin Day. It's a big day tomorrow. Also Veterans Day. Shout out to all the veterans. Happy Veterans Day. Love this channel. Keep crushing it. Thanks, T Park. We got to get to 100,000 subscribers. The only way to do it is with your help. So please, if you haven't already, smash that subscribe button. I appreciate it, fam. And let's get to 100,000, shall we? Bitcoin price follows my subs. So let's go. Bitcoin will bring world peace. Send it, Johnny Crypto. Amen for that. Let's go. Appreciate it, T Park. Shout out to Streamlabs. Thanks for being an incredible moderator bot. Appreciate you. Yeah, we do have a Patreon. For those that want to support the movement, check it out at patreon.cryptonewsalerts.net. There's some great incentives you will receive for being a Patreon. Shout out to all of our Patreons as well. I'm so glad I sold my 2003 beater of a Jeep to buy Bitcoin. Well done, Nate. Music to my ears. Keep stacking them stats by any means necessary. You got to do what you got to do. Nice play. Once the ETF comes, I think institutions will drain the exchanges. It's inevitable. Again, there's only so much Bitcoin. There's so much mass demand that it's going to make the price add a zero. Absolutely easy peasy in my opinion. As always, to the fiat hodlers, please only keep in the bank what you're willing to lose. Sage advice, Juan. And trade for the rest, for the hardest money, Bitcoin. Amen. BMW is an anti-BTC. There you go. Praise Jesus, Jesus. Word up, John Cummings. Thank you for tuning in. All praise to the Most High. Much love, much respect. Appreciate the fam. Anyways, we've been going now for an hour on YouTube. We're going to continue uncensored JV on Rumble. If you didn't know, we stream simultaneous every single day. So when you see me on YouTube, I'm on Rumble at the same time. Right now, we have an audience on Rumble watching the stream. And what happens, thank you, Jonas, appreciate you subscribing. When the YouTube stream ends, we continue with uncensored crypto news alerts where I can speak freely. I say some adult words I can't say here. And also, we have a JV React session exclusive for Rumble. So as you can see, I have a soundboard with some smart pads. I got a bunch of audios prepped for me to react to. One of the audios is of Jay Powell, basically saying some hilarious-ish, shut that effing door on TV, because some people were haggling him when he was just talking about, the Fed rates and stuff like that. We got some other exclusive audios lined up for you as well. Let's see. We have some hilarious clips of Bill Gates bashing Bitcoin I'm going to react to. We have some Michael Saylor clips, which are always epic to play, including the classic, Bitcoin's going up forever, Laura, and so much more. So make sure, and of course, the high priest of Bitcoin himself, Max Kaiser. So if you're not following me on Rumble, please do so. I appreciate that. Meijin, I missed the live. All good. You're still here. We're going to continue uncensored over on Rumble. So everyone head on over to Rumble. It's rumble.cryptonewsalerts.net, or simply just find the link in the description right down below. I look forward to seeing you all there. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow on YouTube at the same bit time and the same bit channel. YouTube, I am out. Deuces.